Hello, welcome to the homework review for homework 3.1, Reptile Quadrilaterals, ACE problems 1, 2, and 3. Today in class we talked about similar shapes, how to take a smaller shape and make a larger shape using only that shape and have it still be the same shape. So that's lots of shapes. But the idea was that you could take one square and turn it into, using 4 of them, turn it into a larger square, and it still would be a square. But if you took 4 squares and made it into a rectangle that was 1 by 4, it's no longer similar because it's no longer a square. It doesn't have the same shape. So your homework was to look at a few shapes and see if they were similar or not. So we look at the first one. If we look at A, this is a shape that's a rectangle, and it is made up of a rectangle or 2 rectangles, but it's also made up of 2 squares. So this is not similar to the inside shapes are not similar to the larger shape. They're not similar to each other because 2 squares in a rectangle aren't the same. So 1A is not similar. 1B is similar. You have 4 rhombuses, and together they make a giant rhombus that's still the same shape. The scale factor is 2. We are 2 longer on the side and 2 longer on the top, so our scale factor is 2. It is similar. C, is this shape similar? Yes, we started off with 1 rectangle, and now we have 9 rectangles, but the shape is still rectangular. We increased 3 in our width and 3 in our height, and so it is still similar, and our scale factor is 3. D, is D similar? Yes, again, we had 1 rectangle that we put together to make 4 rectangles, 2 by 2, so it is still similar, and the scale factor is 2. And how do you know they're similar? It's how do we know any shapes are similar? Their angles are the same, and the side lengths are double or triple or whatever, as long as all the side lengths are increased at the same rate. The next question says, suppose you put together 9 copies of a rectangle to make a larger similar rectangle. What is the scale factor from the smaller rectangle to the larger rectangle? I think in this one it helps to draw a picture. So down here, here's my original rectangle. I want to put it together to make a larger similar one that uses 9 copies. This is what my shape is going to look like. It's going to have 3 across and 3 down. So what is the scale factor from the smaller rectangle to the larger rectangle? It's 3, because in order to go from 9 copies, from 1 to 9 copies, it has to be a 3 by 3, so your scale factor is 3. The area is 9 times larger than the original one. Because we started off with 1, we made 9 copies, we now have a 9 times the area. Secret word. I'm stumped today. Let's do the secret word be... We'll make the secret word be YouTube, since this is a YouTube video and you should be watching it. So YouTube is the secret word. All right, going on to the last problem. This is the opposite. So the problem before this, we had 1 rectangle that we used to make a larger rectangle. This homework problem, we're taking a large rectangle and we're dividing it up into smaller rectangles. And again, it helps to draw a picture. So if you take a rectangle, which is my outer shape here, a rectangle, and I divide it into 25 smaller rectangles, and it's still similar, then it would have to be a 5 by 5. So I took that 1 rectangle and divided it 5 by the length and 5 by the width, and that gives me 25 of the original rectangles. The scale factor is how many copies are on each side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so the scale factor is 1/5. The area of the rectangle, our original rectangle was this big, so 1 is 1/25. It's the opposite direction. So again, the scale factor is 1/5, the area is 1/25. And that's the end of this homework. Thanks.